Finish your stuff cannot possibly be the most important thing in writing. Surely it's learning your craft. My name is Jane. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. Nope. Finishing your stuff is the most important part. I am positive that the person who says craft with a laughing face, like, shouldn't you be finishing your craft? I am positive you have read a book that was successful, that somebody got paid for, maybe even paid a lot of money for, that didn't utilize good technique in the writing of it. In fact, I bet you can think of dozens of books that you don't think have good craft, that don't have good technique, that are not technically good writing. Now, here's where I will pause and remind you that the stuff that makes it to market is good writing. The stuff that you think of as good writing is exceptional, amazing, incredible writing. There is a lot of stuff in the inbox that is not publishable, and that is unfortunately bad writing. That, like, the stuff that is genuinely bad does not make it to market. Like, the bar is higher than you think it is. So there are a lot of really talented writers, people who can write the most gorgeous, beautiful sentences that evoke so many emotions in you, who cannot finish a book, who cannot get themselves through the revision process, who cannot make themselves send the query, who cannot write a synopsis, who just can't finish the whole project. And when it comes down to the writer who writes pretty good, but doesn't utilize a technique perfectly, but finishes their stuff and sees it all the way through to the end, or the writer who is talented and has the most gorgeous words but just cannot finish anything, which one of them will be published? The first one. In this for-profit business, learning to finish your stuff is the most important skill you can have. You will eventually be on deadline, and you will have to know how to finish your stuff. It doesn't matter how gorgeous the writing is if you never finish it, if you never put it to print. Now, if you are talking about, like, the exploration of your humanity and your expressive self and your artistic vision, then yes, of course, craft and art and technique and all of those things are more important. That is where art deviates from the business side of this, and you have to decide which one is more important to you at different stages in your career. And you're going to make different decisions based on the story, based on the stage of life that you are in, based on what your personal goals are at the time. Not every project needs to be publishable. Not every project is worth polishing to its most beautiful shine, and most of them are somewhere in between. And neither one of these is right or wrong. They are just simply different approaches to very similar works.